On Sports Central tonight, impending conclusion. The unbeaten SLC Greens face the SLC Greys in the final first round match of the T20 League, with both teams set to clash again on Saturday in the finals. However, bad weather disrupts play, preventing the teams from their completing rehearsal final.
The game started at 1:30. This is what happened. Plenty of rain pouring down.
Last ball clinch. North and the South clashes in the 100, with the high-scoring match turning into a nail-biting finish.
Slow ball, it's locked in. Oh, he's found it! He's got it! He has got it! And he takes the 4 points for the Superchargers. That is absolutely extraordinary.
Super Cup. Paris Saint-Germain beat Tottenham in a tight encounter to win the UEFA Super Cup, completing a remarkable rally after scoring 2 late goals to take the match to a shootout.
Scores! And Paris win the Super Cup. The Champions League winners are victorious against the Europa League victors.
And final 8. Sinner, Rune, Zverev and Shelton advance to the quarters as the Cincinnati Open faces multiple related interruptions over the past few days.
From Studio 24C, this is Sports Central. And now, here's Vinut Varnasurya.
Hello, welcome to another bulletin of Other Derana Sports Central, your one-stop shop for everything about sports right here at home and around the world as well. We start off today's updates as usual with the SLC T20 League. The final league stage match of the SLC T20 League took place today at the SLC grounds between SLC Greens and the SLC Greys. The Green won the toss and opted to bat first, but however, due to bad weather conditions, the match was called off. Winning the toss and opting to bat, the Greens reached 46 for the loss of 1 wicket before the match was called off due to bad weather. The game was initially reduced to 16 overs, but only 3 overs of the first innings were bowled. Opener Kamil Mishara remained unbeaten on 37, striking 3 sixes and 4 fours in a fair 11-ball innings.
Well, this time, the first time that he got it cleanly off the middle of the bat. A big 6 over mid-on. And Kamil Mishara already getting 22 runs in this over.
Meanwhile, fellow opener and standing captain Kusal Mendes was dismissed by Garuka Sanket for just 2 runs.
Like you mentioned earlier, yesterday as well, he took that first breakthrough for the Greys.
Lasit Cruzpule remained not out on 7.
Well, classic straight drive. He got a full toss and then driving it nicely past the bowler.
The two teams are set to face each other again on Saturday in the league finals. With today's match ending without a result, SLC Green remain unbeaten in the first round, topping the standings. Greys follow in second place, having lost only 1 match, while the Blues have struggled to find form throughout the season. Nuwanidu Fernando leads the run-scoring charts with 142 runs, followed by Charit Asalanka and Kamil Mishara. Chamika Karunaratne heads the wicket-taking list with 5 wickets in his bag, while Akila Dhananjay and Nuwan Tushar are trailing behind. The 111th National Tennis Championship continues at Green Park today as well. The Sri Lanka Tennis Association is organising this annual event.
In yesterday's events, Ananda College's Damsat Pieris was through to the under-14 singles finals. He defeated Bhuvindu Jayawardena without much of a fight, and scoreline was 6-1, 6-1. In the second semi-finals, Revan Amarasinghe of St. Thomas College, who was set down, came back to beat Pravesh Sivapalan 2-6, 7-5 and 6-3. Meanwhile, in the girls under-14 category, Sahansa Damsiluni of Vishaka Vidyalaya outclassed Sanuthi Wong in a gripping contest. Sahansa eventually won the battle 6-3, 3-6 and 7-5. In the other semi-final, Shashandri Fernando of St. Joseph's College Negombo beat Methuli Nautun 7-5 and 6-3 to book her place in the final.
Some domestic cricket updates now. Several major cricket clubs recorded wins in their major clubs Women's Limited Overs tournament match played yesterday. Navy beat CCC by 8 wickets, Shillong Marians defeated Air Force SC by 88 runs and Army SC beat Ace Capital by 87 runs. The match between Baduruli SC and Coles CC of Major Clubs Women's Limited Over tournament was held at the Coles ground yesterday. The visitors won the match by 50 runs. Batting first, Baduruli totaled 199 for 5 in their allotted 50 overs. Iresha Damayanti top scored with 94 while Rashmi and Thranjali made 55. In reply, Coles women were bowled out for 149 in the 39th over. Kalani Appa scored 61 runs. In bowling, Hirunika Nivarthani bagged 3 for 18 runs. Meanwhile, at Narahempita, Panadura SC outclassed much fancied SSC by 54 runs. Batting first, Panadura totaled 171 for the loss of 6 wickets in their 50 overs. Piyumi Vatsala top scored 45. Chasing 172 runs to win, SSC could total only 117 for 8 in their allotted 50 overs. Pramudi Metsara was the pick of the bowlers, bagging 3 wickets for 12 runs. The Sri Lankan under-19 cricket team will tour the West Indies during August and September for a 7-match youth ODI series with the West Indies under-19 team. Sri Lanka Cricket announced that the Sri Lankan youth cricket team will depart the island of 24th of this month. The youth ODI matches will run up from the 30th of August to the 15th of September. The first 4 matches of the series will be played at the Coolidge Cricket Ground, while the remaining 3 matches will be played at Sir Vivian Richards Cricket Ground. Well, let's head to a short commercial break, but don't go. There's plenty more action coming from the cricketing world on Other Derana Sports Central. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Other Derana Sports Central. Moving to franchise crickets now. Updates from the 100. A last ball 6 from Graham Clark saw Northern Superchargers defeat Southern Brave on their home turf in a nail-biting finish. Southern Brave posted a total of 139 and the chasing target was 140, with the match soon turning into a thrilling encounter. Putting to bed, the Brave were soon in all kinds of trouble. Kiwi Jacob Duffy fresh off from the plane from a test series with Zimbabwe, decimating their power pack top order, reducing them for 26 for 3 off 24 balls by dismissing Louis Deploy, James Vince and Jason Roy. James Coles and the evergreen Laurie Evans rebuilt steadily then violently, putting on 87 in 57 balls to put a defendable total inside despite spin twins Mitchell Santner and Adil Rashid keeping things in check, the Brave finishing with a middling 139 for 5.
Well, Phil was set for that full Yorker. He got it in there. Coles gets back to complete the 2.
Craig Overton replicated the work of Duffy, taking 3 relatively inexpensive wickets for the Brave, but Zach Crawley sparkled alongside England teammate Harry Brook, both of whom scored quick-fire 20s.
Oh, preempted and smoked over square leg for 4. And he opens his account with a launch over mid-wicket for 4. Harry Brook has come to play. Power play done, 31 for 2.
When Chris Jordan pulled up with a groin injury, it felt like a game-changing moment, but the Brave rallied. Jofra Archer bowling a brilliant penultimate set, going for just 1 run and taking 2 wickets to finish with 2 for 15.
Jofra Archer with the double strike. Unbelievable scenes here. The game should have been over. The jig should have been up. But Jofra Archer has picked up 2 in the set. And the Brave are right back in it.
Superchargers needed 10 off the last set, bowled by Timal Mills. Dots off bowls 3 and 4 left, 5 needed off the last, at which point Graham Clark hit a back off the hand slower ball over the ropes and deep mid-wicket to send away the fans into a frenzy.
He's got it! He has got it! And he takes the 4 points for the Superchargers. That is absolutely extraordinary.
Chargers is worth another look. The slow one into the surface. And Graham Clark says, well, let me show you what I'm made of. What a wonderful shot. 2 extremes of emotions. The Superchargers, well, they charge on.
Meanwhile, in another exciting encounter, Aussie pace bowler Riley Meredith cranked it up in front of Cardiff crowd, taking 4 for 9 as Welsh Fire defeated Manchester Originals by 25 runs. Bowling first, Originals got off to a flying start, Sonny Baker having Johnny Bairstow caught by Lewis Gregory at slip with his 5th ball. Bowling first, the Originals restricted Fire to 137 for 8, with Scott Curry and Josh Tongue starring the early breakthroughs despite Chris Green's late 19 off 9 balls. Riley Meredith then ripped through the Originals' top order with 3 for 6 from 10 balls, including a spectacular catch by Green to remove Phil Salt.
What a catch he's taken! Chris Green, for all money, was never going to get there. But in the last second and a half, all of a sudden he appeared, the arms were full stretch, and he's taken a beauty.
Joss Butler counter-attacked with a 28-ball 50, but Green struck twice to remove him and Lewis Gregory both caught by Tom Abell. Payne and Meredith finished the jobs as Fire sealed victory in Cardiff.
And it is full and straight. Sonny Baker misses, Riley Meredith hits, and the Welsh Fire, they are back in the contest with a bang here tonight. Sophia Gardens has put on a...
Cricket Australia chief Todd Greenberg warned that the traditional test calendar could lead to bankruptcy for certain nations and called for a slimmed-down schedule. He said quality should be prioritised over quantity to ensure a viable future for red ball cricket, noting that the International Cricket Council had recently set up a working group to discuss the test format and the possibility of introducing a two-tier system. Greenberg stated that the scarcity in test cricket should be viewed as a friend rather than a foe, adding that not every country needed to aspire to play the format. He cautioned that forcing nations to play test cricket could risk sending them bankrupt. Moving to the football field now, Paris Saint-Germain beat Tottenham 4-3 on penalties to win the UEFA Super Cup, completing a remarkable rally after scoring 2 late goals to take the match to a shootout. Now with this victory, the French club secured their 5th trophy for the 2025 season.
Spurs look set to get their hands on the trophy in their first competitive match under new coach Thomas Frank as they led 2-0 just after half-time at the Stadio Friuli in Udine, Italy. Mickey van der Ven gave last season's Europa League winners the lead on 39 minutes and Christian Romero got their second goal 3 minutes into the second half.
In front, Mickey van der Ven was quickest to react, and Tottenham Hotspur have the lead against all-conquering Paris Saint-Germain. And they've not picked up at the far post, and it's in for a second for Spurs. Christian Romero, both of the Spurs centre-halves on the score sheet, and Tottenham are in dreamland against Paris.
However, PSG were rescued by 2 substitutes as Lee Kang-in pulled a goal back in the 85th minute and Gonçalo Ramos headed in the equaliser 4 minutes into injury time.
To breathe life into the Super Cup, Lee letting fly and finding a way finally beyond Vicario. This is Hakimi, tickled on for Dembele, dangerous ball, it's in! Paris level! What a turnaround from the European champions. Second best for so long, but they've saved some of their best for last.
That meant a penalty shootout, although it started badly for PSG when Vitinha put their first kick wide. However, new Paris goalkeeper Lucas Chevalier saved from Van de Ven and Mathieu Tel missed the target, allowing Nuno Mendes to convert the winning penalty for PSG. Dominique Solanke, Rodrigo Bentancur and Pedro Porro all scored from the spot for Spurs in vain. Ramos, Ousmane Dembele and Lee converted for PSG before Mendes stepped up. It is the first time PSG or indeed any French club have lifted the Super Cup as they take their tally of trophies won in 2025 to 5.
Scores and Paris win the Super Cup. The Champions League winners are victorious against the Europa League victors, and they have shown the spirit and quality of all conquering champions here. Up against it, off colour, but never quite out of the equation, roaring back late on to take it to spot kicks and then keeping their nerve to win the shootout.
On to the World Games in China now. In a classic Nordic showdown, Finland's women team stopped the Swedish party in the gold medal clash at the World Games 2025 yesterday in Shenzhen.
In a rematch of the 2023 World Championship final, which was also the maiden women's final at the World Games, Finland upset Sweden in an end-to-end 3-2 victory. It was also the debut women's final at TWG. Switzerland edged Czechia 4-3 to take the third place. Elsewhere in women's pool, China's Han Yu edged Philippines' former women champion Cheka Centeno in a nail-biting 7-6 final, underscoring her elite pedigree as a three-time world 9-ball champion. China's Xia Liu beat Germany's Ina Kaplan 7-6 to finish third.
Let's go in for a short break. Updates from tennis coming right after this. You are watching Other Derana Sports Central. Welcome back to Other Derana Sports Central. Moving to tennis now, two-time US Open singles champion Venus Williams has received a wildcard entry into this year's tournament as the 45-year-old American continues her age-defying return to the course. Now, this news was confirmed by the organizers yesterday.
Williams became the oldest player to win a WTA singles match since 2004 when she beat Peyton Stearns at last month's Washington Open after a 16-month absence from competitive tennis. She last played in the US Open singles main draw in 2023, losing in the first round to Belgian Greet Menen. The 7-time Grand Slam winner is also playing in the tournament's new look mixed doubles tournament with compatriot Riley Opelka. Tournament organizers expressed excitement over Williams' participation, highlighting her enduring influence on the sport and her inspirational journey. Fans around the world have eagerly anticipated seeing her back on the US Open courts, with many praising her determination and longevity. Analysts predict that her experience and competitive spirit could make her a dark horse in both the singles and mixed doubles draws this year.
World number 1 and defending champion Jannik Sinner continued his quest for a first ATP Masters 1000 title of the season by defeating French qualifier Adrian Manarino in the straight sets in Ohio yesterday.
The match faced a 2-hour 45-minute rain delay at the start of the second set. Sinner eventually closed out a 6-4, 7-6 victory in a tiebreak, extending his winning streak on hard courts to 24 matches.
Game in first set, Sinner, 6 games to 4. Game 7 match, Jannik Sinner, 6-4, 7-6.
Meanwhile, Holger Rune of Denmark also advanced to the quarterfinals with a 7th seed progressing at the expense of 10th seed and local favourite Frances Tiafoe, who was forced to retire due to a lower back issue, trailing 6-4, 3-1. Alexander Zverev and Ben Shelton won their third-round matches that were suspended and rescheduled respectively overnight due to rain. Recent Canadian Open champion and 5th seed Ben Shelton delighted home fans with a 7-6, 3 and 6-3 win against Spanish veteran Roberto Bautista Agut. German third seed Alexander Zverev, who completed his 6-4, 6-4 win over American Brandon Nakashima after the match was suspended overnight when he was leading 5-4 in the second set, progressed to the quarters after Russian Karen Kanchanov was forced to retire due to injury while trailing 7-5, 3-0 at the ATP Masters 1000 Cincinnati Open.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kanchanov has to retire from the match. Alexander Zverev wins 7-5, 3-0 retirement.
Olympic 100 meters silver and bronze medalist Fred Kerley has been provisionally suspended by the Athletics Integrity Unit for whereabout failures. Kerley, the 2022 100-meter world champion, said he plans to contest the allegation that he violated anti-doping rules. An attorney for Kerley stated that he strongly believes one or more of his alleged missed tests should be set aside, either because he was not negligent or because the doping control officer did not act reasonably to locate him at his designated location. Kerley also withdrew from the US track and field trials late last month, explaining on social media that he was taking time out to get back on track, adding that 2025 had presented many hurdles and thanking his supporters. He last competed a month ago at the Grand Sprint Series in Novo, California. Kerley emphasized that he remains committed to his athletic career and hopes to resolve the matter quickly. He expressed confidence that the evidence would support his position and clear his name. The Athletics Integrity Unit confirmed that the provisional suspension will remain in place while the investigation continues. Well, that is it from us at Ada Derana Sports Central for this Thursday. Be sure to stay tuned as we bring you the latest highlights, results and stories from the home turf and the international ground as well. Well then, until tomorrow, I'm Vinod Varnasuriya signing off. Have a very good night.